Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Grue Room. And for the Grue Room today, we got a very great guest, and his name is Travis Burnett. He plays Logan on the hit TV series The Connors, and he's also been in other television series and films, and he did plays, and he has done a lot for such a young age. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host that stutters, and I am the host of the Grue Room. And my interview with Travis is coming up next. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thanks so much for taking time out and coming on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So, like, the first thing I wanted to ask you is what drew you to want to act?
Well, my grandma, she actually was on stage for a while with a production called 9 O'Clock Players.
Oh, okay.
And her director, Todd Nielsen, said, hey, he should be up there. So I went up there and he had me announce the show, said the name of the director and music director. And I really, really loved it. And when I got off, I said, and this was when I was 3.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I was really young. And when I got off, I told him, that was really fun. Can I do it again? And then he referred me to a actor studio, Yada, where I got my start. And Todd knew a couple people that had a showcase studio where I went and did a showcase with them and got an agent and manager, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is some story. That's a great way to start.
I know. It's really cool that my grandma was doing it and now I'm doing it too. I think that's
Right,
really
exactly. Wow. Because I was like looking you up online. I saw you started out doing plays, right?
Yeah, musical theater. That's actually where a lot of like TV and film actors got their start. It's good place to start because it helps you learn like how to do it, sort of, because in theater you only have one shot, you only get one take, and if you mess up, that's it. Your impression is based on how you do, and I think that is a good preparation for film and TV because you get to redo it over and over again to make every take good.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean when you're live on stage, you only have that one shot, and that's it.
Yeah.
So like out of all the plays you've done, which play do you think you had the most fun with?
Oh wow. That's really hard, but I probably have to say with Musical Theater West, Oliver.
Okay.
And I got to play Oliver, which was really, really cool experience. And
oh wow, you played the lead.
Yeah, I did, and it was really, really fun. I got to work with somebody by the name of Davis Gaines, and he actually had the second most performances for a show called Phantom of the Opera ever.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool to work with him. And I got to do something that a lot of stage performers really want to do, is be on stage all by yourself and sing a solo. And I got to do that. And I think that was my first time ever being alone on stage, just me singing. And that was really, really cool. And plus there were kids on the set, so it was able to nice to relate to people my age.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow. So like you must have had like voice coaching and stuff too for when you were singing for the.
I have a really good voice coach. His name is Jerry Sternbach, and he actually worked with Nathan Lane, Barbara Streisand, really, really famous people. And so I'm very honored to have him as my vocal coach.
That is so awesome. Nice. And I also saw like you won a lot of awards, and how's that feel? Like you're still at like the beginning of your life as an actor, because you definitely have many more years left, and you've already won like all these different awards.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think about that you're still being able to do theater and everything, but to actually win an award for that is really cool. And I actually remember, I think it was for a YEA award. I got on stage. It was actually for Oliver. I think I
Oh,
won that award.
nice.
And I got on stage and I was thanking everybody. Wow, this was great. Thank you so much. And I said the name of a different production. I said Newsies, which I was also in at the time, but and like I didn't even realize it till I got off stage and everybody else was like, wait, what did he say? And then I got off stage like, what did I do? They was like, you said Newsies. I was like, oh my gosh. And I was so embarrassed, but it was really funny.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
And, so like, how was the transition like actually going from doing plays and theater to actually doing television shows and film?
Well, it was very interesting because musical theater, you have a lot of rehearsal time.
Mhm.
And like, I think for one of the shows, we had 6 months of rehearsal
Oh
for
wow.
like a month runtime. And for film, I think where I really got to experience that was Raven's Home I was on.
Hmm.
And like the way it worked was, okay, here's the date you show up, which was in like 3 days. Here's the script, have it memorized by then. And that was just a whole new thing. I was like, wait, what? But it's sort of, it was a rough awakening to what TV and film was like, but I'm sort of accustomed to it now. Memorizations the morning of and in the car ride there, but you get used to it after a while.
Oh, okay. That's so funny. I mean, like you said, coming from rehearsing for months and months, they just throw a script on your lap and said, "All
Yeah.
right, be ready in 2 or 3 days." And
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
wow, okay.
Oh, but also you don't have to do any of like the blocking and stuff because musical theater you have to like learn all the dances and stuff. So there's that with TV and film. You don't usually have to do
Well, that's good then, right?
that.
And like when you were on Raven's Home, you played Tanner and Turner, was it?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
really fun because that was my first ever TV and film job, and it was my first time ever playing twins, and it was
All
really
right.
cool.
Okay.
Like they dressed me up. Oh, it's been a while, so I'm trying to remember. I think they dressed me up in sort of the same clothing for each one, and it was trying
Nice.
to make the characters different was hard, because you're so used to playing one of those characters, but somehow you
Mhm.
have to make the twin of that different. But I somehow did it.
Hey, I mean that says a lot though. Like one of your first roles, and you're playing twins, so
Yeah, yeah,
they definitely knew you can do it, or they wouldn't, or they wouldn't have given you the
yeah,
role for twins, right?
yeah. Hey, if you need any twins, I'm your guy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because there's like a lot of shows where like when there's twins being played, it's actually like real life twins, like
Yeah,
Mary Kate and the Olsen twins and the
yeah,
Sprouse twins and
yeah,
wow, wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
And you also were part of something. You worked with Michael C. Hall in the Feeded, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was really fun. I got to go to the Czech Republic, which was
Oh,
really
really?
fun, very pretty.
Oh,
And
wow.
I got to go there and then do like a month or two there and then go back to California, then go back again, which was super cool. So we got to try new things each time, but working with them was really fun. And Taylor Kitsch especially, who
Mm-hmm.
was in the first draft my uncle, but now they had to revise it a little bit. So
Okay.
now he's my, oh, I'm getting it mixed up. He was my uncle, now he's my dad. Because they
Gotcha.
had to rewrite it. So I had to go in to do some ADR, which is, I don't know what that stands for, but it's like basically voiceover where you fill in the lines because
Yeah.
they rewrote it. which was
Okay.
really, really interesting because I've never done that before.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And you also were part of like a lot of television shows. I see you were on Bunked and Dispatches and Solved and
Yeah.
Dis 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 Dispatches. Wasn't that filmed in Philly or not?
Yeah, it was filmed in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Yeah, because
It was
that's where
really
I live at, Philly, and
Oh, really?
I remember when that was being shot.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Yeah, it was really fun. And just working with like the amazing cast, Jason Segel, Sally Field, Andre 3000, Richard E. Grant, the list goes
Yep.
on and on. But Charlie McDowell, it was really, really fun to basically help Jason Segel fulfill that project
Mhm.
because he raised it from the ground up. Like he made it, he wrote it. That was his project. And it was really cool to be a part of that project.
Awesome, awesome. And how was your time in Philly? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was really fun. We wanted to try a Philly cheesesteak there, but we never were able to. We couldn't find a good recommendation, but maybe if I go back, I'll try it.
Oh, damn, okay. Because I think there was a scene in that show that where they actually filmed at Pat Steaks.
Oh yeah, that was the theater, right? Something like
I
that.
I I think so, yeah, because
Yeah,
I remember 'cause it was actually funny. I was coming home from work, and I'm walking by Pat Steaks, and they have it all closed off, and
yeah,
all I wanted was a steak. I was hungry, and
yeah,
Jason Segel, he's standing there. He's real tall, and
yeah.
I'm looking up. I said, "Wait a minute!" I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, "Okay."
That's cool. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but not to backtrack. On the topic of Philadelphia, I just remembered I had a studio teacher there that took me on a tour of all the Philadelphia sites because
Yeah,
it's like a big historical state.
yeah.
And I was actually learning about all of that, the
Oh
Liberty Bell,
wow.
all that stuff. So I was able to sort of learn about it as we took a trip around Philadelphia, which was really fun.
No, now part of the tour, did they make you run up the Rocky
Yes,
steps?
they did. Yeah, they did. I did do that. That was super fun.
Nice.
Very tiring.
That's a lot of steps.
Yeah.
It's a lot of steps. I feel bad for them shooting the scenes over and over where Sylvester Stallone had to
Oh
actually
yeah,
run
I
up the
bet.
steps.
Oh yeah, I bet. He must have been like exhausted.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the shows that you're known for is Diary of a future president. And what made what what made Claude stand out most for you? Like what did you like about him?
Um, well, I really liked that he was sort of like the nerdy introverted kid. And I really liked that in the second season they sort of broadened his scope. Because in the first season he was sort of like, okay, yeah, that's the really allergic to everything kid. But then in the second season, in the last episode of the first season, the main character brought up, what about Claude? And
Hmm.
that really brought me into like a bigger spectrum in the second season, which was
No.
really, really fun to be able to be a bigger part of the plot. And it's always nice when I can affect somebody's character in the show.
Oh
I was
yeah.
able to do that in another project as well.
Oh no. Okay. All right. And how did you wind up landing the role of Logan on one of the biggest television series ever, The
Oh
Conners?
God, it still hasn't set in yet. It's still crazy. But I think I just booked it off of one self tape. Let me get confirmation. One self tape. Yes. Yes, one self tape. All I did was one self tape audition. And then I think maybe 2 or 3 days after we got a call and said, "Hey, let me bring everybody in," because that's what they always
Mhm.
do. My agents tell me I booked something. Let me bring in everybody in. So me and my grandma were like panicking. We're like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Because we knew it was something at that point. Then they said, "You booked the Conners," and we were
Wow.
freaking out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a great show. Like I watched like everything with the Conners, like the old series
Yeah.
Roseanne and the Connors, and I mean it's such a great show.
Yeah, and the dynamic of everybody on set, it's really like a family, and it was really really nice to sort of step in there for a couple of weeks to sort of see how they function. And like
Right?
I really thought to myself, man, I could see myself doing this for like years, because in the credits, the beginning credits for the Connors, there's a kid that I worked with on the show named Ames.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
first scene of the credits, he's so young. And then when I was able to work with him, he's huge. He's
He's a
so
tall kid.
tall.
He
He's
is. He's
so tall. And it's crazy to see his growth. Well, not to be not bad pun, his growth. I cracked myself up. His growth through the show, and that was really fun.
No, yeah. I mean, he's definitely tall.
Yeah.
I'm taking you were a big fan of the television show then before you booked it.
Yeah. When I actually got the audition, I never heard of the show before actually,
Okay.
but when I heard of it, I was like, this sounds really cool, because they gave like a description of the show, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's super cool. So I sort of like binged, I think, yeah, binged sort of a lot of clips and full
Okay.
episodes on YouTube, on ABC. It was really, really fun. Then I really got into the show even before I auditioned.
Wow.
Yeah.
And were you like a little nervous or scared like the very first time you walked on to that famous Connor set?
Absolutely, because like when you step onto a new set, you never know if the people are going to be like stick to themselves, or just
Yeah.
like sort of just say hi and that's all you say to them and that's it. But after like a couple minutes there, I was like, wow, they're really really nice. Like nobody has their corners. They all talk to
Mhm.
you. They're super nice, and it was really really refreshing to know that coming to work. It's weird to call it work, but
Yeah.
going to work, you're able to be around amazing people that really respect what they do and what you do. And it's really, really cool to see.
Sweet. And I was looking online. I saw like you really loved meeting and talking to John and Goodman, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was really fun. He is super funny. Yeah, like when we had a Zoom table read, he
Hmm.
would always say lines like really, really funny. Like he would change it up each line. Like he'd choose different voices. Even when we were on set, like the day of filming, it's like serious, and he would just like break out a really funny voice, and we would all crack out laughing.
He definitely seems like someone that's really fun to have on set.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
definitely fun.
oh yeah, like he's done so much in the world of acting, and
Yeah, yeah,
Katie too. Like I was always a big fan of hers from Married with the Children.
yeah, yeah. I didn't get to interact with her so much, but I've heard great things. Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice. And like, what did you love most about doing your scenes, like the Mark and Logan scenes?
Well, I really love the fact that in the show The Connors, Ames Mark has never
Like,
really like had this aspect put in. And
yeah.
like I said with Diary, it's really cool for me when I'm able to influence a major part of the show.
Hmm.
And in the future episodes, I think it's already aired. He's started to change how he acts, how he perceives things, and it's really neat that the scenes that I was in with him helped him do that. So it's really cool that I was able to influence a part of the character that's going to stay with the show forever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And like, cause I mean, mostly all your scenes are with Mark with Ames. So
Yeah.
like, how was it like working with him and doing lines with him? Like, did you two become friends off set because you're close around the same age and stuff?
Yeah, something we did when we were on set is we played basketball. We
Nice.
because like they had a basketball hoop set up, and they always brought a basketball with them. So like we couldn't do it in between takes because we get all hot and sweaty, but after on my last day of shooting, actually, it was
Uh-huh.
me, basically one person from every, like a cameraman, person from Crafty, which is the food, an editor, I think one of the directors actually played basketball. All
Nice.
of us played together and it was really, really fun, like a good send off. Super fun.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what scene did you love most filming as Logan?
Ooh, favorite scene. I'd probably have to say there's one in the diner where it's everybody sat on a big long table, and I got to sit right next to John Goodman.
Oh, there you
And I got to, like, because that was my first scene ever with everybody. Because
Mhm.
everybody was in that scene, and it was really cool that I was there too.
Yeah, definitely. Nice, nice. And like, what do you like doing during your free time when you're not involved with acting or
Something I started, I think exactly 6 months ago now. We got memberships to a pottery studio
oh
where we
really?
work on the potter's wheel, and we're able to make some really cool things. I've gotten pretty good at it. So not to brag, but I've gotten pretty good at it. And
There
it's
you
really
go.
fun to, like, if we have an afternoon where we're not doing anything, just sitting at home, I'll ask, hey, can we go to the pottery studio? And then we just get in the car and go. And it's really, really fun. But an outdoor activity, golf.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I golf. I just got a new set of golf clubs for my birthday. No, yeah, for my birthday. I was gonna say birthday or Christmas. Um, and oh, I'm a big Lego guy. I have a
Oh
lot of
sweet.
Legos. Yeah, I'm a Lego collector, and I actually got a coach for golf who
Mhm.
actually coached Tiger Woods as he was a kid.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, it was really cool to, like, hear his stories about him, because he would always say, like, yeah, he needed to work on his form a little bit, then I hope. Just really good, really complex golf terms that I knew absolutely nothing about, but he taught me how to do it. So I'm no Tiger Woods. Don't No, I'm not a Tiger Woods, but I know how to hold a golf club and hit a ball.
Okay. So I won't be seeing you challenging him to any
Oh God, no! Unless it's like a joke thing, like pro versus amateur or something.
okay. And what about songs and stuff? Like what's on your playlist? Like what kind of songs you like?
Um, but I like every kind of music basically. I don't really have a playlist, but when we're in the car, I put on a station. It's just like pop, hip hop, all sorts of that stuff. I'm a fan of Shawn Mendes, Ed
Yeah.
Sheeran, yeah, those kind of songs.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you ever see any of them like live, like Shawn
No,
Mendes
I
or anything?
haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
I would really like to go to a concert if it wasn't in this time
yeah.
of coronavirus, but
Yeah.
pre-COVID, I would have definitely loved to go.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've been to so many like shows and it's just so cool like seeing
Yeah,
them live like the people you listen to, you're actually seeing them
yeah.
live on
It's a
stage.
weird feeling. It's a weird feeling when you think of, oh my God, I listen to this person all the time, and then you just see them like a couple yards in front of you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And what about gaming? Are you a fan of like video games or anything?
Well, I was actually looking into getting like a better computer that I can download Minecraft on, because
Oh, okay.
I watch a lot of people play Minecraft, and I have sort of been practicing Minecraft on like a friend's computer
Hmm.
at his house, but I wanted to do that. So Minecraft, I used to play like Super Smash Bros
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
at my at after school program a while ago. So that was pretty fun. But besides that, just like mobile games, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you watching? Are you currently doing any television binge watching, like on Hulu or Netflix or anything
Um,
like that?
No, not really. I know there's definitely some out there, but we just finished binge watching The Office.
Oh
I know
yeah,
we
yeah.
wanted to binge watch Parks and Recreation.
Okay,
I feel
yeah.
like we wanted to binge watch that because it was sort of similar to The Office. But no, I don't think so, really.
And what about apps? Like, what kind of apps are you a fan of? Like, are you a TikTok guy, Instagram,
No,
Snapchat? Like,
I do Instagram. I have not gotten into the TikTok thing. That's something I don't understand. I just, it's like I hear stories about like I'm on TikTok 7 hours a day, and I'm like, that does not sound interesting to me.
that's
But
not healthy.
I do Instagram, which is sort of my main one. That's sort of it.
Okay, okay. And like my show deals a lot like horror films, and every time I have a guest on, I always ask them what
Yeah.
horror films do they love watching if you're a fan of horror.
I'm not usually a fan of horror, but I whenever I'm on YouTube, I see like on trending like a horror trailer. Because I can never sit through like a 2.5 hour, 1 hour whole horror film. So I just watch the trailer and I'm like, well, I got the plot of the movie. That's it.
Yeah,
But
that's it. I'm
I
good.
was able to be a part of a couple things in horror.
Oh,
There's
really?
something on Snapchat a while ago called Solve Batch where I actually got to be the killer. I got to be the killer. It was sort of like a which one is the killer, like a game where you had to guess who it was.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was the killer. And I was also on a short film called The Box for a Halloween fest, Hulu Halloween, which was really
Nice.
fun. When I auditioned for that, I actually thought it was a commercial audition because
Yeah,
that's I
really.
got an audition saying, "Here's the commercial, The Box." And then when I got in the room, he said, "Okay, you're gonna pretend to be a wizard and you're gonna open a cursed box." And I'm like, "What is this for?" Like knock off Amazon or something. I had no idea what it was for. But then I ended up booking it and I was like, this is not a commercial. um yeah, I'm not a big horror film watcher, but I always watch the trailers.
Okay. You know, you're so nice. I can't see you being the killer in a horror movie.
I know, it was weird. It was weird, definitely weird. I killed somebody with a saxophone.
Oh, yeah,
I
really?
actually got to see how they make the fake blood. I don't know if that's how they
Nice.
universally make the fake blood, but it was take like a makeup sponge, they rip it apart and put like red paint on it, stuff like that.
Oh,
It was
wow.
really
Okay.
cool. Put the chunks in it. Chunky.
Wow.
Chunky blood. Ugh.
He's like, um, is there anything coming out next that you want to like plug or
Um,
push that you're allowed to talk about or?
Nothing really right now, but everything's gonna start gearing up right now because pilot season is coming up.
Yeah.
So a lot of pilots are coming out. But I just like I think yesterday I got like an email from somebody named Richard Israel, and I've been involved in like a theater production of King of Pangea. We
Oh,
did like
nice.
readings for it, trying to get it finalized, and we just got an email from him saying, "Would you like to continue with the project?" So I think I said yes. I said yes. So I have to double check. I'm not in my own news, but yeah, that's coming up, and just waiting to see if anything sticks, but we'll see.
Definitely, yeah. And of course everyone could watch you on the hit television series The Conners.
Yeah, definitely. We have all of everything that I've been on recorded on like because we have cable. So we
Yeah.
have a list of all of the things I've been on recorded and saved. So you can obviously stream it on ABC, I think, but
Hmm.
we go to our list of our recordings and we go down and click the Connors season 6, yeah, episode 6, not season 6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say, wait a minute, is it that far in already?
No, it's episode 6.
And, where can fans find you at, like with your socials and stuff?
I only have Instagram. I think Facebook, but it's Travis Burnett. It's Travis Burnett. That's it.
Sweet. Well, I want to thank you again for taking time out and doing the interview. It was really fun talking to you.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely. Fun
really
talking
nice,
to you
and you have jokes too. That's really good.
too. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Well, definitely have a good night and rest of the week.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, man.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.